Don't abide in decision. This is sales for nice people. Your buyer shows up. They have a problem. It's a problem that you can solve. And they are trying to figure out whether or not to solve that problem. Solve it with you. Solve it with somebody else. What kind of budget to allocate. Solve it at some other point. So your buyer actually has two problems. One is problem A, the thing that you could solve if they were to hire you. And the second problem is figuring out what to do with problem A. Now, if you allow your buyer to not make a decision, you're doing them a disservice because you're now enabling them to live on with both problems. And problem B, trying to figure out what to do with problem A, can actually be quite costly. There might be projects that are stalled or blocked until a decision has been made about whether or not to solve problem A. There's conversations on the work floor. There are internal meetings about what to do with problem A and how to get around it. There are meetings with you, maybe with your competitors, to try and figure out what to do with problem A. And all of that is a cost that your buyer is paying for. And they're going to keep paying that cost until they decide to either solve problem A or until they decide to just live on with problem A and not solve it. So when you as a seller are faced with a buyer who is unable to make a decision, these people are paying a higher cost for the problem than they should be paying. And if you can gently, elegantly force them to a decision, even if that decision is to tell you no, or to tell you maybe at some point later in the year, then you have done them a favor. It is an act of service to get a person to a decision, even if that decision is to not solve the problem. So don't abide in decision. Explain the above to your buyer. Have your buyer see that they're going to be better off when they decide to simply put up with problem A a little bit longer and keep living with it and find a way around it, rather than having to live with problem A and problem B. Give your buyer that message. Simply ask them to tell you no, hey, look, it seems like you're not able to make a decision to go forward with solving problem A at the moment. Just let me know that it's going to be a no for now, because then at the very least, you won't have to also pay the cost of trying to figure out what to do with problem A. Let me know, either way is fine for me. This way, you're making yourself look not needy, you're being helpful before your buyer has even decided to buy from you, and you will be remembered as somebody who has their best interest at heart instead of trying to get something from them. All of these are great reasons for your buyer to want to stay in touch with you and to talk with you again when the time comes to finally solve problem A. So don't abide in decision. Ask your buyer to make a decision. Tell your buyer why it's better if they make a decision, and ask them to make the decision, even if it is to tell you no. This is Sales for Nice People. Go to salesfornicepeople.com/sign up if you want to get a short daily email, and I will see you again tomorrow.